Hi guys, hi ladies, welcome back to a new video. Today is not a Road to Glory video, today is actually the beginning of a new series that I hope you're going to like. I'm going to show you every single team that this year is going to play in Serie A, because it's the competition I have followed more during the last 20 years, let's say, and I want to give you some of my knowledge about this competition. Also, as you may know, I am Italian, sono italiano, pizza macaroni. No, sono italiano. This is the real accent, it's not the fake pizza macaroni one. So I will try to help you understanding what is going on in Serie A during the summer break and what is going to happen to the teams. Why it is a series? Because I'm going to drop 20 videos at least, and we're going to analyze every single team in Serie A. We are going to start with AS Roma, of course, because it's my hometown team and I am an AS Roma fan, so I'm going to start with Roma. Before we start with the video, I'm going to tell you that if you want to start with Sorare, be sure to start with a referral link. Why? Because if you start with a referral link, after you complete 5 auctions on the market, you're going to get a free yellow card, a limited card. If you want to start Sorare and you want to use a referral link, that it's a thing I really encourage you to do, you can use my referral link that is down below in the description, and doing so you're going to help me in my journey on Sorare and on YouTube. That said, what are we going to do? We're going to go on Sorare data and I'm going to show you the roster of Roma, and I'm going to show you the roster starting from the goalkeeper. And I'm going to tell you which players will probably be starter on the next season and which other players will move probably to another team, maybe in Serie A or maybe out somewhere. And also I'm going to tell you which other players probably will not get much playtime. First player is of course Rui Patricio. Let me show you the formation. Maybe it's more useful. And as you can see, Rui Patricio is the starting goalkeeper of Roma. And as you can see here, there are other players. Daniel Fusato is actually gone. He moved to Ibiza, is no longer an AS Roma player, so you can forget this guy. He's going to play for the second league of Spain, so I mean, at least for 1 year he's out of the radar and is not a AS Roma player anymore. Davide Mastrantonio is a player that you can't buy right now on Sorare, and it's a player from the Cantera of Roma. And the other player that is a goalkeeper is Pietro Boer. He's not going to play. I think he's not going to play maybe just 1 game. It's not worth it taking him. Maybe in 2-3 years he's going to play, but I don't see this guy playing for Roma. Why I'm telling you that? Because Roma already bought a second goalkeeper, that is Svilar. Let me show you. He's not a Benfica player anymore. He never played for Benfica, maybe just 2 games. We're going to see here on Sorare score. He played, yes, just 4 games actually, and he made a good score. But he's not going to play for Benfica anymore. He's going to be the second goalkeeper for AS Roma, and I don't see him playing much time neither. Maybe if Rui Patricio get injured, he's going to play, but he's not the starting goalkeeper. It's quite young, he's just 22 years old. We don't know, maybe in the future, after Rui Patricio decide to stop with football, I don't know. But next year, Rui Patricio, starting goalkeeper, you can count on him. What is going to happen in the defensive area? Let me show you, as always, as I did before, the formation. Last year, Roma played all the season, basically all the season, with this formation, 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-1-2, depending on the game, but always played with the defense with 3 defenders. And the starting players for Roma defense were Ibanez, Smalling and Mancini. Those were the 3 starting players. Next year, Smalling and Mancini, for sure they're going to be the starters. I am not sure about Ibanez. To be very fair, I'm not even sure Ibanez will stay in the team. There are some market rumors, some transfer rumors about Ibañez. I'm not going to tell you any bullshit, no one knows if Ibañez will stay. I guess that a nice offer comes, Roma will accept it, but I don't know if someone really wants Ibañez. So I will not suggest you to put money on Ibañez, to be honest, because I am very conservative when spending money on Sorare, but you can definitely spend money for Smalling and Mancini. They're going to be the starters. If Ibañez will be a substitute or a reserve, probably Kumbulla is going to play as a starter, unless my team decide to buy a defender. I'm not seeing that happening, a central defender. I am not seeing that happening because basically we have 4 defenders. We need a defender, yes we do, but I am not sure Roma have the budget to buy a 4th and a 5th defender. And Kumbulla could be a nice, interesting investment, and would have been better to buy this guy here on March or maybe on April. But yeah, the price isn't that high right now, and he's going to play more than the last year, that's for sure. And the last year played quite well. As you can see here, he really made some nice scores, so Kumbulla, keep an eye on him. Other players, as you can see here, we play with 3 defenders and then we play with 4 midfielders. Zalewski and Karsdorp are actually defenders, left and right defenders, but they play as a midfielder with this formation. And Zalewski is 100% going to play at least 20-25 games next year, and is going to alternate with Spinazzola. Spinazzola is going to be the starter for most of the time, but Spinazzola is 29 years old and yet have to fully recover from a bad injury happened last year. So Zalewski is going to have much play time, I will say, but is not going to be the starter. So be aware of this, and also be aware that Zalewski is very expensive because he's very young. Oh, he's listed as midfielder? Really? I can't find Zalewski. Where is this guy? He's a forward? He's listed as forward? This thing doesn't make any sense. He's not a forward. It's a midfielder maybe, but not a forward. On the other side of the football field, Karsdorp is going to be our starter for next season. Yes, probably is, but Roma is going to acquire Selik. This guy, I don't know if Selik is here. Yes, from Lille. Selik, as you can see, is a right defender and is going most probably to play for us next season. And the price is going up. Yeah, it's going back up. Was here. Probably is going to play for us next season and is going to alternate with Karsdorp. He's a good player, I don't know. Yeah, there are a lot of green scores here, but we never see him in Serie A, and so we don't know. For sure, Karsdorp is going to start at least the first 5-6 games, and then we'll see if Selik will steal his place on the team. But I think Karsdorp, starting player, Selik, substitute at least for the first part of the season. Other players that are worth mention: Mattias Vigna. I don't know if this guy is going to leave, actually, because he's a tragedy of a player. He's very young, just 24 years old, but he's very bad. If you ask me, I think he's going to leave. I'm quite sure he's going to leave. Who else is here? Santon is going to leave, last year of contract. From July we say goodbye to Santon. Missori, Ndiaye, Karamitsis, they're not here. They're not on Sorare and they're very young player. Who else we have here? Maitland-Niles is gone. He's not going to play next year for AS Roma. If you ask me, he's a terrible player with a very difficult name, but he doesn't have a team right now, so he's not going to play for us next year. Just keep an eye with on Vigna, because I'm quite sure he's going to transfer somewhere. Or maybe if he doesn't move to another team, it's going to be pretty useless, because yeah, Zalewski, Spinazzola is not going to have play time. So keep an eye on this guy. If you want to risk, you can buy him. It's not very expensive right now. 63, I mean, it's just 8 euros. You can try. If you want to risk your money, you can buy this guy. If he's going to move to another team in Serie A, he's going to get play time, and he's not so trash, but it's not enough for a competitive team as it is Roma. Also consider that the next year Roma will play the Europa League, so all these players that I have mentioned, we're going to get play time. And also remember that maybe we're going to buy a central defender. Let's go to the midfield, and I'm going to tell you as first thing that Pellegrini is going for sure 100% to play next year with Roma. Roma is investing a lot of money and a lot of credibility in him, so he's going to play unless a crazy impossible offer come to Roma, but he's going to play. So you can bet on this guy, Pellegrini. It's quite expensive now, I think, because he just made his the best season of his life, so yeah, he's quite expensive. I will not pick him right now. I'll wait until he played some bad games, then I'm going to buy him. But right now it's not a good time to take this guy. Mkhitaryan is out. Mkhitaryan was a starter for Roma, as you can see here, I guess. Yes, he was a starter, but he's gone. He's going to play for Inter. And also probably Sergio Oliveira is gone, will not be re-signed from Roma. So as you can see, there are already 2 spots that are missing on the midfield of Roma. So expect something to happen. And we already bought Nemanja Matic, but Matic is not here on Sorare, sadly, and Matic is probably going to play a lot of games actually, and is going to be a starter or a substitute for Cristante, but I think it's going to be a starter, 100% a starter, and Cristante is going to be his substitute actually, or maybe Cristante Matic, they can play together, but Roma will sign another player for sure, and they could possibly sign this guy, Frattesi, that is not on Sorare. Nice player, young. Probably we're going to sign this guy, or we're going to sign this guy, Maxim Lopez. He is here on Sorare, but only the red card. He's probably going to move to Roma, if you ask me. A very nice player. Let me see the price. Saying no sales, but yeah, you can see here 500 euros. Very nice player. Maybe we're going to sign this guy, and we have to see. Roma have to sign at least one other player, because we have to replace Mkhitaryan and Oliveira. Veretout, I think is going to move. There is market for this guy. This year Veretout played terribly, so I don't know. I don't see him staying on the team, but we have to see what happens in July and maybe on August. It's possible that Roma will have to sign 3 midfielders, Matic, maybe Frattesi, maybe another one. Matanais, as I told you, is gone. Volpato probably is going to be loaned to another team. Diawara and Darboe, you can basically be sure they're not going to play. Darboe didn't get much play time with Mourinho. Diawara is just a pain in the ass because he's a terrible player and he's always refusing to move to another team, but we want to sell this guy. Diawara 100% will move, and if he doesn't accept another destination, another team, he's going to be moved out of the team, so doesn't count for these 2 guys for playing. Edoardo Bove will actually get a lot of play time, if you ask me, and he could definitely be a big nice investment because he's only 20 years old. He already scored the last year, and he's a very nice player. But as you can see here, he never played, he never be the starter for the team, just here against CSKA Sofia. Next year he's going to play more time and probably is going to start a couple of games, so keep an eye on this guy. And it's everything. Yes, we don't have other players that are going to start. Zaniolo is listed as a midfielder here. We have to talk about Zaniolo, and I have to tell you that there is a strange situation with this guy because he's not sure that he's going to stay in Roma. He wants a new contract. We as fans are not sure he's going to get a new contract. His contract is going to expire on 2024. Maybe he will not resign, maybe he will have market this summer, we don't really know. But if he's going to stay, of course he's going to play, and he's going to play mostly as a forward, so this guy will be basically a forward, not a midfielder. Let's go to the offensive spot of the soccer field, and Tammy Abraham of course is going to stay unless crazy offers come, but you can count on this guy. He's going to be our forward for the next season. We already talked about Zalewski, El Shaarawy is going to move somewhere, maybe Monza, keep an eye on Monza, but he's definitely going to move somewhere else because he didn't get much play time with Roma this year. Carles Perez too, he's going to move. Shomurodov, I hope is going to move because he was terrible this year. So this one, they're going to go somewhere else probably. Gian maybe also is going to go somewhere else. So who the fuck is going to play for us as a forward? Basically Abraham and Zaniolo. And we're going to buy another forward player. Probably Solbakken is going to come here to Roma. Bodo Glimt, not here on Sorare. If this card pops out, consider buying him. It's not a bad player, he's a good player, but he's not going to be a starter, just a substitute. I think we're going to buy a forward for sure, a substitute slash reserve forward, and some other players for the offensive role. Maybe two wings player. It's possible we buy two wings player. There are a lot of rumors about Guedes, this guy. We're trying to sign this guy from Valencia, and as you can see here, he's a right striker, a right wing or a left wing. There are a lot of rumors about this guy coming to Rome next year, and also maybe it will be definitely a nice sign. This guy, Berardi, that sadly is not here on Sorare, is super player, super player, and also that's only me hoping that to happens. We're going to sign this guy. Let me show you. Where he is. This guy, Ahmed Traoré, is very young, 22 years old, really a nice player. As you can see here, all these greens, and look at all the scores he made this year. This guy is a really nice player. If this guy pops out on Sorare, buy this guy, because I'm quite sure he's going to be a star next year in Serie A. But I think I've made a long video. I think I told you everything, and let me know what do you think about this new series. Let me know if you have any question. Ask me whatever you want about the AS Roma, and also if you heard something about transfer rumors in the Serie A and you are not sure about what is going to happen, just hit me on Telegram, I'll leave you the link down below, or text me on Instagram. If you have like a text that is Italian saying this guy blah blah blah, Rui Patricio blah 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 in Italian, I'm going to help you and I'm going to translate the text for you, because you know we're friends here. But for today is really everything. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!